Bitcoin just gave you a generational entry according to the data. 270,000 Bitcoin are bought by Bitcoin whales at $59,000. That is the single largest accumulation spike ever recorded on chain, bigger than the COVID bottom, bigger than the FTX bottom. That's crazy. In all of Bitcoin's history, never has more Bitcoin been bought by whales. And it happened at the same time that retail was panic selling. ETFs were bleeding $4.5 billion in June alone, the biggest month of outflows ever. Every bear on the internet calling for $40,000 in October, which we're not in October yet. 4-year cycle meme bros may still bring this into existence. But the whales didn't wait for $40,000. They bought 250,000 coins at $59K. Either these guys, who are the most sophisticated, best capitalized, longest tenured Bitcoin holders on earth, are making the biggest mistakes of their careers, or you're watching the bottom form up in real time while the crowd is looking the other way. I know which one I think it is. And the data behind it is the most complete bottom signal that we may have seen this cycle. You already know what this feels like. Stocks were hitting all-time highs, your Bitcoin position down 50% from the peak. You're thinking you're an idiot. The people who sold crypto and bought the NASDAQ in January are insufferable right now. Anybody who bought SanDisk, shut up. The 4-year cycle crowd strutting. $40,000 in October prediction feels less crazy every week that passes without a meaningful recovery. And underneath all of that, this specific exhaustion of holding an asset through a bear market that was supposed to be, well, doing better than it is right now. We had the ETFs, we had the institutions, had the regulatory clarity, corporate treasuries, everything was working out, the money supply was expanding. And watching it bleed anyway, while the smart-sounding people on Twitter explain exactly why it's going lower, that exhaustion in of itself could be the signal. Not because pain predicts recovery, but because that exhaustion is what produces the data that we're about to walk through. And that data looks almost identical to the exact moments that preceded the two most significant Bitcoin recoveries of the last decade. But here's the one signal in this entire data set that I feel is genuinely unsettling because it has only ever appeared at two specific moments in Bitcoin's history. And both times, it marked the exact cycle bottom to within just a few weeks. The bears are betting that this time it spikes even higher before reversing. History has not supported that bet. They may be right this time. Things can always break. Here's what it is. Let's go through what's actually happening in the market right now because the signals are stacking in a way that I think demands some real examination. By the way, subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. It's free. It's awesome. You're awesome. Go hit that real quick. Okay, so look. Long-term holder supply in loss just spiked to levels equal to the 2018 and 2022 exact Pico bottoms. This metric only spikes at cycle bottoms. It has never spiked to these levels and continued significantly lower without a major macro catastrophe causing it. The bears are betting on $40,000 and they're betting on this metric to reach record levels. Right now it's at levels that has marked the exact two bottoms for the last two cycles. And it could fail for the first time in Bitcoin's history if the bears are right. Then we have the weekly RSI, which printed a major bullish divergence. Price made a lower low, momentum didn't. This specific pattern is historically rare on Bitcoin's weekly chart and has preceded significant reversals in every prior cycle where it appeared. This exact pattern marked the 2022 bottom. History repeating once again? We'll find out. Then we have supply and profit, which dropped to a multi-year low. Most short-term holders are underwater. Weak hands have been shaken out. What remains a holder base with less incentive to sell and more tolerance to volatility. If you've been holding Bitcoin for years, you're kind of a psychopath at this point. And these are exactly the conditions that precede sustained rallies. The sellers are exhausted. All you're left with is buyers. This supply-profit ratio is also at levels that have marked every bear market bottom. And what about this? U.S. manufacturing PMI just climbed back above 50 a few months ago. We've talked about this a few times here, but it's signaling a return to expansion for the U.S. economy. Over the past decade, every time this indicator crossed back into expansion territory, Bitcoin followed with significant gains in the subsequent months. The correlation isn't perfect, but the directional signal has been remarkably consistent. ETF flows are quietly shifting back as well. As mentioned, June, $4.5 billion in outflows, all-time record high. Surely we're going to go lower. Everyone else is going to sell. All the other ETF guys are going to dump their bags. I actually read that as capitulation, not a trend. July has seen a gradual shift toward more inflow days and fewer outflow days. Now the tide is far from fully being turned, but the bleeding is slowing. Then you have big news like Japan just passed legislation legalizing Bitcoin ETFs and is on the path to cut crypto taxes from 55% to 20%. The world's fourth largest economy, they just made a generational policy commitment. to Bitcoin adoption? Probably nothing. Probably nothing, right? We really need the Koreans on board. Those guys are even crazier. But what we really need to talk about is the 200-week simple moving average. Sheila, get the kids. He's talking about the 200-week SMA again. That's where we are right now for the price of BTC. The bears are making a very specific argument about what the 200-week simple moving average means this time. Their argument is that we are in a situation where 2022 is about to repeat, which, by the way, if 2022 were about to repeat, we are months behind on the schedule for where we should be under the 200-week SMA, just to be clear. Bitcoin actually spent 39 weeks below the 200-week in 2022. It dropped 30% underneath it. The signal that had been reliable twice before, because in 2015 and 2018, Bitcoin bounced almost perfectly off of the 200-week SMA. But in 2022, it failed spectacularly. Now, here's what actually happened in 2022, in case you weren't around or in case you just have blocked this out of your mind because it's so painful. Terra Luna collapsed. Celsius and all the other lenders collapsed. The GBTC trade blew up. FTX, a top 3 cryptocurrency exchange, collapsed. We're talking tens of billions in value wiped out over just a few months period. Simultaneously, the Federal Reserve was hiking 75 basis points repeatedly into a market already breaking down. We had interest rates absolutely skyrocket, inflation skyrocket. The stock market crashed hard. All of these systemic catastrophes in the crypto market in a sequence. Every 2 months, we got a new systemic crisis on top of the worst monetary policy shock in 40 years. The 200-week didn't fail in 2022 because the signal was wrong. It failed because an unprecedented cascade of fraud and systemic collapse overrode it temporarily. Now, the bear case in 2026 requires something equivalent. What's the 2026 version of FTX? Is it Saylor's position unwinding? As the most cited candidate, but I think people are wrong about the Saylor equation. Personally, I think Saylor is going to be fine. Strategy holds 847,000 Bitcoin with a structure that survives at a 3% annual Bitcoin appreciation over the next 20, 30 years, 40 years. He's going to be fine. The math has been shown publicly. A Saylor blowup requires Bitcoin to go dramatically lower than where it would need to go to fulfill the bear fantasies. Saylor doesn't blow up at 40K BTC. Maybe it's going to be Iran. Maybe Iran causes such an intense global energy crisis. The oil goes to $200 a barrel. Stocks crash. The Fed raises interest rates. This is probably the most likely scenario that the bears would have on their side to get us to these kind of price targets. Now, in 2015 and 2018, the cycles that did not have systemic catastrophes attached to them, the 200-week was a generational buying zone. Both times, without exception. So the bears are betting on the catastrophe scenario, which risks always remain in the market. Private credit starts blowing up. Iran takes the whole global economy down. Plausible. But the whales that bought 270,000 Bitcoin are betting against it. They're betting that the 200-week will be like 2015 and 2018, where it was a max buy zone. And while retail was panicking, selling in June, of course, our members knew exactly what was coming. We called the Bitcoin short before the big June dump. We flagged the accumulation signals before the whales made their moves public. We put out the Micron tech report before the 450% plus rally. The people inside weren't watching these moves happen. They were in them. They were positioned before they did. That's what the inner circle is. This is our private investment and research group. It's not a hype group, okay? It's not a signal service. It's not what we're offering here. We're offering community of people who do the work. Research first, then conviction calls, then action. Specific entries, longs, shorts, entries, take profits, stop losses, all that stuff. We talk about crypto. We talk about stocks. In fact, every week you're going to get a deep dive on a tech stock, on an altcoin. You'll get access to our AI tools, and you get a community that actually does the work. Plus, you get $80 a month in BitUnix rebates and a 7-day free trial. Link is down below. What are you waiting out for? The next move won't announce itself. Go click the link. Your community is waiting for you. Now let's discuss the dirty 4-year cycle bears. Look, the 4-year cycle argument deserves a fair hearing because it's been right every other time. The model is very simple. It says October, it says $40,000. Everything I've just told you in this video is basically irrelevant because that just simply has to happen. Nothing else matters. 1 year post-cycle, 70% peak to trough drawdown. The cycle is played out with relatively mechanical precision in every prior iteration. Dismissing it entirely because the fundamentals are better is exactly the kind of this time is different thinking that has cost investors a lot of money. Now here's the uncertainty. Time is running out for the $40,000 target. We're about 11 weeks away from the target date when we should hit 40K. To get from the current levels to $40,000 by October 6th requires a significant move lower in a compressed window of time into a market where the largest wave accumulation just happened, where long-term holder supply and loss is signaling a bottom, where the manufacturing PMI is turning, where ETF outflows are slowing. The $40,000 scenario requires all of that to be wrong simultaneously and for a major crisis to erupt, with rate hikes on Iran blowing up, private credit blowing up, Japanese yen trade blowing up. Some of that kind of stuff needs to happen. Hot take, and I do genuinely mean this, the $57,000 June low might be close enough. What about that? Maybe it's close enough. The 4-year cycle demanded pain. It got pain. 270,000 Bitcoin accumulated by whales of $59,000 might be the market's way of saying that the cycle's requirements have been satisfied. Enough was enough. Even if the October date and the $40,000 number weren't hit exactly, cycles ain't perfect, man. They're patterns, and patterns bend at the edges. The bears keep calling for October. They need 40K. They need something to break that hasn't broken yet. Again, maybe it's energy, maybe it's inflation. There's a lot of things that could break still. But somewhere between here and that number, 270,000 Bitcoin changed hands into the most convicted, savvy players in the market. The largest single accumulation event in 14 years. The people who bought every major bottom in this asset's history looked at $59,000 and said, fuck yes. Maybe they're wrong. They're old. They're out of touch. They're wrong. Maybe the cycle meme wins again and we print $40,000 in October just because, fuck it, what else are we going to do? But if you're waiting for certainty before you act, you already missed the trade the whales just made. The most expensive thing in Bitcoin has never been buying too early. It's been watching from the sidelines while the move happens without you. Thanks for watching.